Hi, I'm going to talk about Porterville College's fire technology program, and I'm saying that with quotations because Porterville College doesn't actually have a formal fire technology program. They don't have a degree, fire science degree to offer. There's two certifications that you can get, and I'll get into that later. But right now, I'm just going to cover the fire technology courses they do offer, and then why they offer only four. Not including basic EMT. That's a requirement to get in the Firefighter 1 Academy, but I'll get into that later. First, I want to just start with Fire Protection 101, which is Principles of the Emergency Service or Fire Service, and we all know that. It's like a basic orientation class, basically trying to tell you what's the mission statement, what do we believe in, what is the fire service principles, what's their ideals. Fire P 102, which is history and philosophy of the fire service. So obviously gives you basic history, and again, like mission statement. Why do we do what we do? So that's Fire P 102, philosophy and philosophy and principles. Basically what you're dealing with. So basically, I mean, those would just be, they wouldn't necessarily be operations. It's just orientation to what the fire service believes, why it operates the way it does. Then you have the Wildland Academy, which is Fire P 1051. Wildland is Fire P 051, and then Firefighter 1 Academy, which is Fire Marshal accredited, Fire P 050. So you can take those individually. Of course, with the Firefighter 1 Academy, you need to actually have your EMTB. You don't have to have your national registry. You just have to actually have completed a basic EMT course and have a certificate of completion. Ideally, I mean, you can always take it right at the college because it provides that course and make it more convenient, probably. So now that you know that, there's the two academies. Now you can know about the two certifications that are actually offered. You have Fire Technology Structural Firefighter certification, in which you need to take Fire P 101, which is the principles of the fire service, Fire P 050, which is Firefighter 1 Academy, and EMTC P 050, which is EMTB, just basic EMT class. So you complete those 24.5 units, you get Fire Technology Structural Firefighter certification. In order to get your Wildland Firefighter certification, you're going to take their Interagency Wildland Academy, which is the Fire P 051. And that's it. For that certification, that's all you need. Now, it's interesting to me that the Firefighter 1 Academy doesn't actually offer all those like very niche certs like hazmat, fro, confined space awareness, firefighter survival. Stuff that's actually, I mean, I say niche because they're not necessarily in having to do with suppression specifically. They're more of like the more intense, like confined space awareness, of course, firefighter survival. Those more intense aspects of what you would think would be specific to structural firefighter, hazmat, fro, confined space awareness, firefighter survival, public safety, first aid. Those are actually offered in the Wildland Academy, the second one. And I think, I have the suspicion, even though it wasn't specified on the website, and I did look, I think that honestly the Wildland Firefighter is like set up the same way Fresno City's college is, like how we did it in Fresno City. You take the Firefighter 1 Academy, it's split quarterly, so you take the Firefighter 1 Academy and then you take the Wildland Fire Academy at the end. I think it's kind of split like that. I think that's how it is separated, and I was confused at first, but those things are offered at the second part of the academy, which is the Wildland. And in addition to the hazmat, fro, confined space awareness, firefighter survival, public safety, first aid, you also get your S130, S190, and CAL FIRE Basic Firefighter Cert, which is very cool. That's useful for getting a job with CAL FIRE. Now, the reason that they offer only 4 classes having to do with firefighter with fire technology, not including EMT, is because they explain it in a way that says like, hey, while we don't have a formal fire technology program, you can combine these fire technology classes as electives to another degree. So like they have classes pertaining to building construction, right? Very important if you want to get fire investigation, become a fire marshal. You need to know building construction. You need to know how to do building inspections. You need to know how to investigate how to how a fire spreads. And the way you know how fire spreads is by knowing how a building is constructed, by knowing the layout, and building construction definitely aids in that. Let's see. Auto repair, super important. If you're going to be an engineer, you need to know your apparatus up and down. You have to know it inside out. Auto repair, super important. Mapping, planning, super important. If you're going to be in the fire service, they need people who can provide mapping, planning. They need people who are going to come up with strategies, especially big campaign fires, especially in the valley where it's all dead grass. You need people who are able to map things out, are able to plan, especially in our climate nowadays. There's a lot of fires popping off all the time, so that's a super important skill set to have, I think. Education and training. Some people are more inclined to the education and training aspect of the fire service, and we need good instructors. I mean, the fire service needs good instructors, so that's very useful if someone would want to get a job in that, and to have knowledge of the fire service, you'd be able to become an instructor in that field. Emergency, non-emergency, medical, communication, law enforcement, investigation, super important for arson investigation as well. So all these little classes that you can take could be combined with the fire technology classes, and then would further aid you in getting a job. Unfortunately, though, they don't actually have a formal degree available, or a fire science degree, which was surprising, a little disappointing to me when I went in to go do my research. But I think that their approach in saying, hey, take these other classes and add the fire degrees, it is kind of interesting, because it's allowing for a more well-rounded approach, when some people would just be pursuing fire technology classes specifically and just getting information on the fire service and only things pertaining to the fire service. If you took this approach, you'd be getting experience relating to all sorts of things in the field. Like I said, building construction, finance, facility maintenance, auto repair. You take those classes and you become a more well-rounded individual who has experience with, because it's not just fire suppression in the fire service, and everybody's aware. I mean, you're everything from a janitor to like, if you're a mechanic, if you have the experience, you're everything from a janitor to a mechanic, cook, fire suppression personnel. So to have a well-rounded approach to your education, I think is a super good idea. So I think that's interesting how Porterville College attempts to approach it. It'd still be nice if they had a fire associate's or fire science degree, but maybe that's coming in the future. Nevertheless, they are accredited, and they do offer some pretty good certifications in there. And yeah, that is Porterville College's fire technology program.